straight masterpiece. Damn, it ain't too much.
Today we have Uptown Funk facing off against the King of Pop. Now I know what you're thinking. You can't compare the two, correct? But there's still some who make the comparison actually.
There's a new kid on the block. His name is Bruno Mars. This kid is phenomenal. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if he became as big as Michael Jackson.
And there's no denying the obvious influences. So here we are. No matter your background, you're likely to be aware of the impact Michael Jackson made. From changing dance forever with the moonwalk to having Thriller spend 37 weeks atop the Billboard charts, he constantly solidified his legacy. He changed the game. I don't think there are many artists, let alone Bruno Mars, who are going to do things like that. And that's not even mentioning... Which brings us to our first comparison, the switch. Not many artists can successfully make the transition from childhood to adulthood. Jackson went from slaying at the age of 6, full head of steam into God mode, and took over the music industry. The guy was an indisputable legend. And with that said, that leads us to our second and third categories, accolades and outreach. Jackson had 13 Grammys, and as we all saw with Love Never Felt So Good, he had more music coming down the pipeline. If he doesn't die so early, he would collect many more. And in comparison, Bruno only has 2 in the decade or so he's been active. And being an artist is about a brand, and your outreach only furthers that brand. We Are the World was iconic, but it was not the only outreach that Michael Jackson did. MJ realized that there is no reason in climbing to the top only to stay silent on the social issues that plague your country, and not become a force of good that will change those issues. And this is all coming from a guy who is actually not a fan of either person, which shows you the impact of Jackson. For now, the battle, quite obviously, goes to MJ. But don't sleep on Bruno. The kid is hyper talented. If he keeps it up at this pace, in a few years we will honestly have a valid comparison.
Don't believe me, just watch.